Many days passed, and Lyra found herself growing used to her new life at the outpost. Each morning, she woke up with a feeling of purpose. She did not need to hide in the shadows or worry about who might be coming for her. Now, she had friends, and a place where she was welcomed. Lyra learned many things from Ethan, Emma, and the others. She became skilled at fixing machines. She could repair broken pipes, connect wires, and even teach others how to use the tools. Sometimes, new people arrived at the outpost, scared and lost. Lyra helped them settle in just as Ethan had helped her. She showed them how to fix small things, how to work together, and how to trust. Ethan's leg healed slowly, but he never stopped working. He often sat with Lyra in the workshop, watching her teach the new arrivals. "You are good at this," he told her one day. "You make people feel safe." Lyra smiled. She remembered the days when she was scared and alone. She did not want anyone to feel that way. Now, she was proud when people came to her for help. Sometimes, Lyra and Emma worked late into the night, checking the security systems or building new tools. Emma became Lyra's first true friend. They laughed together and shared stories about their homes. Emma showed Lyra how to play simple games on the computer, and Lyra taught Emma some of her people's quiet songs. One day, Greg called a meeting. The outpost had received news that more trouble might come from the raiders in the future. Greg asked everyone to be ready. Lyra felt nervous, but she was not afraid. She trusted her friends and knew they would face any problem together. Lyra worked hard to improve the outpost defenses. She helped design stronger doors and smarter traps. People listened to her ideas. She was not just a helper now, she was a leader. The others respected her. She even started teaching children at the outpost simple ways to fix things. They liked to listen to her stories about stars and faraway places. One night, when the work was done, Lyra sat outside with Ethan and Emma. The stars were bright and the air was cool. Ethan asked, "Do you ever miss your old home?" Lyra thought about it. "Sometimes I do. But here, I have people who care about me. I am not alone anymore." Emma nodded. "We are your family now." Lyra smiled. She felt a deep happiness. She looked at the outpost, full of life and light. She had helped protect it. She belonged there. As the weeks passed, the outpost became safer and stronger. The people worked together. They were ready for anything. Lyra felt proud every time someone thanked her or asked for her help. One afternoon, a ship arrived at the outpost. A family came out, tired and frightened. Lyra walked up to them and offered her hand. "Welcome," she said. "You are safe here." The family smiled, and their children ran to see the other kids. Lyra helped them carry their bags and showed them where they could rest. At the end of the day, Ethan found Lyra looking at the stars. "You did well," he said. "You kept your promise. No more tricks, just kindness and strength." Lyra nodded. She thought about everything she had done since she came to the outpost. She knew she had made mistakes in the past, but now she tried every day to do the right thing. She wanted to serve her new friends and protect them, just as they had protected her. That night, the outpost was quiet and peaceful. Lyra lay down in her bed, thinking about her journey. She knew there would still be hard days, but she was not afraid. She was part of a family. She had a home. And as she closed her eyes, she promised herself that she would always help others. Just as Ethan had helped her, Lyra fell asleep with a smile, dreaming of new days and bright stars. She was ready for the future, ready to live with hope, courage, and no more tricks. She would serve her human friends forever. Lyra woke up to the soft light of morning. The outpost was peaceful, but the memories of the fight were still fresh in her mind. She looked around and saw Ethan sleeping, his leg wrapped with a bandage. Emma was nearby, checking a small computer. For a moment, Lyra felt calm. She realized she was not running anymore. She was not hiding. She was part of something now. Lyra got up and started to help. She brought water to the wounded and helped clean up the mess from the battle. People thanked her. They no longer looked at her as an outsider. Even the ones who had once been afraid of her smiled when she walked by. Lyra did not know how to act, but she tried her best to be helpful. Later, Lyra sat with Ethan while he rested. He looked tired, but he smiled at her. "You did good, Lyra," he said. "You were brave." Lyra looked down. She still felt unsure. "I made many mistakes before," she said. "I used tricks. I was not good." Ethan shook his head. "We all make mistakes. What matters is what you do now." Emma came in with a tray of food. She gave some to Lyra and Ethan. "You both need to eat," she said. "You earned it." The outpost was quiet that day. People fixed broken doors and cleaned the halls. Lyra helped Emma move heavy supplies. She learned how to read the labels on the boxes and where to put them. Every time she did something right, Emma nodded in approval. As the day went on, Lyra started to feel a little lighter. The pain of her old life was still there, but it did not control her. She looked at the faces around her. These people had fought for her. She wanted to give something back. Later, the outpost held a small celebration. Greg called everyone to the main room. There were simple foods and soft music. People talked and laughed. Greg stood and spoke. "We are here because we helped each other," he said. "We could not have done it alone." He looked at Lyra. "You showed courage and cleverness. You helped us when we needed it most." "Thank you, Lyra." Lyra was shy. She did not know what to say. She stood up and looked at everyone. "Thank you for trusting me," she said quietly. "I promise to help you. No more tricks. I want to stay with you and do good things." People cheered. Ethan smiled. Emma clapped her hands. Lyra felt warm inside. She was finally part of something. After the celebration, Lyra sat outside and looked up at the stars. She remembered her home far away. She wondered if she would ever see it again. But she did not feel sad. She had a new home now. She had people who cared about her. Ethan sat down beside her. "What are you thinking about?" Lyra smiled. "I am thinking about tomorrow. I want to learn more. I want to help more." Ethan nodded. "You will. You are one of us now." The night was quiet and peaceful. Lyra listened to the soft sounds of the outpost. She did not need to hide. She did not need to run. She was ready for a new life, one with no more tricks, only hope for the future. The outpost was quiet for only a short time. Lyra tried to rest, but she could not sleep. Her mind was full of worry. She knew the raiders would not give up so easily. They wanted the small box she had taken. She wondered if she should have just given it to them. But the humans had protected her, and she wanted to protect them too. Suddenly, a loud alarm sounded. The lights in the outpost turned red. People shouted and ran to their stations. Ethan ran into the workshop. "Lyra, stay close," he said. Emma joined them, her face serious. "They are trying to break through the east doors," she said. "We need everyone." Lyra followed Ethan and Emma to the main hall. People were setting up more barriers. Greg, the leader, gave orders. "Lyra, you know their tricks. Help us stop them," he said. Lyra nodded. She felt scared, but she remembered what Ethan always said: everyone was stronger together. She looked at the doors. The raiders were pounding on the metal, making it bend. Lyra thought fast. She told Greg to use the heavy repair bots to block the door. The bots moved in front of the entrance, their metal bodies strong. The raiders tried to cut through the walls. Lyra remembered the jammer she had built before. She and Emma ran to the power room. Lyra quickly set up more jammers, making the raiders' tools stop working. For a few minutes, the attack slowed down, but then the raiders sent in more small robots through the vents. Lyra and Emma worked together, using tools and wires to stop the robots from getting inside. Lyra remembered an old trick. She set a trap that would spray sticky foam on the raiders' machines, making them useless. In the main hall, Ethan fought with the other humans. He used a heavy wrench as a weapon. Lyra saw him and felt afraid for him. She wanted to help but did not know what to do. Suddenly, a raider broke through a weak spot in the wall. He rushed at Ethan. Lyra shouted and ran to help. She grabbed a small tool and threw it at the raider. It hit the raider's hand, making him drop his weapon. Ethan used the moment to push the raider back and closed a hole in the wall with a metal panel. The fight grew harder. More raiders tried to get in. Lyra remembered the small box in the workshop. She ran to get it. She thought maybe she could use it to make the raiders leave. But as she held it, she remembered how the humans had trusted her. She did not want to let them down. She ran back to the main hall. The battle was loud. Smoke filled the air. Ethan was hurt. He was lying on the floor, holding his leg. Lyra's heart jumped. She crawled to him, staying low. "Are you okay?" She asked. Ethan nodded, but his face was pale. "I'll be fine. Just need to stop the bleeding." Lyra ripped a piece of her shirt to make a bandage. She wrapped it around his leg. "Thank you," Ethan said, trying to smile. The raiders broke through the last barrier. They rushed in, shouting. Lyra was scared, but she remembered the traps. She pressed a button on her small device. Foam sprayed out, covering the floor and making the raiders slip and fall. Greg and the other humans pushed the raiders back. Emma helped carry Ethan to safety. Lyra stayed close, using all her tricks to slow down the invaders. She set off more traps, used wires to close doors, and called for help on the radio. Finally, the sound of ships came from outside. The nearby outpost had sent help. The raiders, now tired and covered in foam, tried to run away. The humans cheered. As the enemy ships left, the outpost was safe, but there were many wounds. Lyra helped take care of Ethan. She cleaned his cut and brought him water. "You were very brave," Ethan told her. "You saved us." Lyra shook her head. "I just wanted to help. You all helped me." Emma sat next to them. "We could not have done it without you, Lyra." Greg walked over, smiling. "You are one of us now." Lyra felt tired, but also happy. She was not a thief or a trickster anymore. She had used her old skills to protect her friends. She looked at Ethan, Emma, and Greg and felt something knew she belonged. That night, the outpost was quiet again. Lyra sat by Ethan's bed as he rested. She thought about everything that had happened. She knew life would not always be easy. But she was not afraid anymore. She had friends. She had a home. She was ready for whatever came next. Lyra woke in the night to a strange sound. It was soft at first, like something brushing against metal. She sat up on her bed in the workshop, listening. The sound came again, closer this time. She quietly got up and walked to the door. The hall. Outside was dark, but she could see shadows moving. For a moment, she was afraid. It felt like someone was coming for her. She looked for Ethan, but he was not in the workshop. Lyra remembered her old life, always running, always hiding. She felt her heart beating fast. She wanted to hide, but something told her to stay and listen. The shadows grew bigger, and soon she saw two tall aliens at the end of the hall. They were not human, their skin was gray, and they wore dark armor. Lyra knew who they were, raiders. She remembered their faces from long ago. They had chased her before. She had stolen something from them, something important. Lyra ran to find Ethan. She found him in the machine room, fixing the broken heater. She grabbed his arm. "Raiders are here," she whispered. "They are looking for me." Ethan did not look scared. He nodded and picked up a wrench. "We need to warn the others." They hurried to the control room. Emma was there, looking at a screen. "There's movement near the storage bay," Emma said. "I think we have intruders." Ethan nodded. Lyra saw them. Raiders. They're after her. Emma looked at Lyra, worried but not angry. What did they want? Lyra felt shame. She looked down. "I took something from them before I came here. A small box. I thought it was just junk. But I guess it's not." Ethan was quiet. He looked at Lyra with trust in his eyes. "Where is the box?" Lyra pointed to a small drawer in the workshop. It's hidden there. Emma called the outpost leader, a tall man named Greg. He came to the control room, listening as Lyra told her story. She explained about the raiders, about her old tricks, and about the box. Greg listened, then nodded. We have to protect everyone, but we also have to protect Lyra. She is one of us now. The group quickly made a plan. Lyra would stay with Ethan and Emma in the workshop. The others would set up barriers at the doors. They used metal sheets and heavy machines to block the hallways. Emma locked the outer doors from the control room. Lyra showed them how the raiders might try to trick the systems. She used her knowledge to help the humans set special traps using both human and alien tech. She even used some of her old tricks, but now she was helping, not stealing. Soon, the raiders started to break in. They hit the doors with heavy tools. The outpost shook with every hit. Lyra felt afraid, but Ethan stood close to her. We can do this, he said. We are stronger together. The raiders sent small robots through the vents, trying to open the locks from the inside. Lyra showed Emma how to make a simple jammer using wires and magnets to stop the robots. Emma was amazed at how clever Lyra was. The noise grew louder. The raiders shouted in their own language, angry and loud. One of them called Lyra's name. She felt afraid but did not run. She stood next to Ethan and Emma. Together, they watched the doors. Finally, the raiders tried to break through the last barrier. The humans and Lyra worked fast. They set off a small smoke bomb that Lyra had made. The hall filled with smoke. Making it hard for the raiders to see Dot through the smoke, Lyra saw one of the raiders, someone she knew from her old life. He called out to her, trying to trick her into coming closer. But Lyra remembered Ethan's words. We are stronger together. She did not fall for the trick. With Ethan's help, Lyra used the controls to lock the raiders in one hallway. The humans moved quickly, trapping the invaders until help could arrive from another outpost nearby. When the noise stopped, Lyra felt weak. She had wanted to run, but she had stayed. She had helped the humans fight, not by stealing, but by using her mind. Ethan put a hand on her shoulder. You did the right thing, he said. Lyra nodded. She was tired, but for the first time, she felt proud to stand with the humans. She was not just an outsider anymore. She had helped protect her new home. Later, when the danger was over, Greg thanked Lyra. You saved us, he said. Lyra shook her head. I only did what I could. But inside, she knew she had changed. She did not want to run away anymore. She wanted to stay and maybe even belong. As the night grew quiet again, Lyra sat by Ethan and Emma. She did not feel alone. She was ready to face whatever came next, together with her human friends. The next morning, Lyra woke up before Ethan. She heard him moving around in the other room. Lyra felt a little nervous because she was still not sure if she belonged there. She sat up and listened to the sounds of the outpost waking up. People walked down the hallways. Machines started to make noise. She liked the steady feeling of the place. Ethan came in with a smile. He handed Lyra some bread and fruit. Today will be busy, he said. A machine broke down in the main hall last night. We have to fix it or the whole outpost will have problems. Lyra took the food. She was still shy, but she said, I will help. They walked together to the main hall. It was large and full of people. Some of them stared at Lyra as she walked with Ethan. She felt their eyes on her and looked at the floor. Ethan ignored the stares. He walked with his head high, not worried about what people thought. At the end of the hall was a big machine with smoke coming from it. It looked old and tired, with wires hanging out. Ethan talked to a man who was already trying to fix it. The man frowned when he saw Lyra. Why is she here? He asked. She is helping, Ethan said. She is learning quickly. The man did not look happy, but he let them work. Ethan opened the side of the machine. Lyra watched carefully. She wanted to learn. The inside was full of wires, some burned and broken. Ethan showed her what each part did. He let Lyra hold a light so he could see. She listened to every word. Ethan tried to connect two wires, but they sparked. He pulled his hand back. Lyra stepped forward. She remembered how her people use a soft touch to work with power. She used her small fingers to tie the wires together gently. The spark stopped. "Good work," Ethan said. He looked surprised. "How did you know how to do that?" Lyra said quietly, "My mother used to fix things like this." Together, they fixed more parts. The machine was very complicated. Ethan explained how the cooling system worked and why the pipes were important. Lyra listened and helped where she could. The man who watched them started to see that Lyra was useful. He nodded once, just a little, and then left them to work. The machine was almost fixed when a loud alarm sounded. People in the hall stopped and listened. The power lights on the wall began to flicker. Ethan looked worried. "If we do not finish, soon the outpost will lose power," he said. Lyra wanted to help. She thought fast. She remembered how humans sometimes use metal to connect things in a hurry. She grabbed a small strip of metal and handed it to Ethan. He used it to make a bridge between two broken parts. The machine started to hum. The lights grew brighter. People in the hall cheered. Ethan smiled at Lyra. "You did it," he said. "We did it?" Lyra felt proud. It was a new feeling for her. She had helped fix something big. The people in the hall looked at her with new eyes. They did not smile, but they did not look angry either. After the work was done, Ethan and Lyra walked back to the workshop. Lyra felt tired but happy. She asked Ethan questions about the machines. He answered all of them, happy to teach. Lyra wanted to know more. Later that day, Lyra was cleaning some small parts when a girl her age came in. The girl's name was Emma. She looked at Lyra and smiled a little. "Did you help fix the big machine?" Lyra nodded. Emma sat down near her. "I heard you are good at tricks. Is that true?" Lyra did not know what to say. She looked at her hands. "I used to be. Now I am learning to fix things instead." Emma thought about this. "I think fixing things is better." "You could help people that way," Lyra smiled, just a little. It felt strange to have someone talk to her like a friend. That night, there was a small meal in the main room. People ate together and talked about the day. Ethan saved a place for Lyra at the table. She sat quietly, listening to the humans laugh and share stories. She felt like maybe she could belong there someday. When the meal was over, Ethan thanked Lyra for her help. "You made a difference today," he said. "You helped everyone." Lyra did not know what to say. She just nodded. She went back to the workshop and sat on her bed. She thought about the day. She had done something good, not by tricking anyone, but by working with her hands. She wanted to feel that way again. Before she slept, Lyra promised herself to help again tomorrow. Maybe she was not just a thief anymore. Maybe she could be something better. Lyra woke up early in the workshop. The place was quiet except for the soft hum of machines. She was not sure where she was at first, but then she remembered the night before. She had tried to steal, and Ethan had found her. But instead of turning her in, he had let her stay. She sat up and looked around. Ethan was already awake, working at a table with small wires and tools. He looked tired, but he smiled when he saw Lyra was awake. "Morning," Ethan said. "Did you sleep okay?" Lyra nodded. She was not used to sleeping in a place that felt safe. She watched Ethan closely, waiting to see what he would do next. She still did not trust him. She knew that sometimes humans acted kind, but then changed their minds. She had learned to be careful. Ethan handed her another protein bar and a glass of water. "We have a lot to do today," he said. "If you help me, maybe the others will let you stay longer." Lyra took the food and ate quietly. She watched Ethan work, trying to understand how the machines worked. She remembered her own people's technology, which was different but not as strong as the human machines. She wondered why humans built things to last so long. Ethan showed her another broken part. "This is a coolant pipe. It keeps the engine from getting too hot. Can you hold it for me?" Lyra held the pipe while Ethan used a small tool to fix a leak. She washed his hands carefully, trying to remember how he moved the tool. When he was done, he let her try to put the pipe back. She struggled at first, but Ethan showed her again, patient and calmed out as they worked. Lyra felt a strange feeling. Inside, she liked learning about the machines. She had always been good at tricks and hiding, but she had never tried fixing things before. It was harder than she thought, but it felt good when she did something right. Ethan gave her simple jobs. You let her tighten bolts, check for leaks, and clean dirty parts. Sometimes Lyra tried to do things her own way, looking for a shortcut, but her tricks did not work with machines. If she rushed, the machine did not work right. Ethan showed her how patience was important. Later in the day, another human came into the workshop. She was older, with brown hair and a sharp look in her eyes. Lyra watched her closely. "Who is this?" The woman asked Ethan. "This is Lyra," Ethan said. "She's helping me with repairs." The woman looked at Lyra with suspicion. "I heard she tried to steal. Are you sure you can trust her?" Ethan nodded. "She's learning. Everyone deserves a chance." Lyra did not say anything. She knew better than to argue. The woman watched her for a while, then left without another word. After the woman left, Lyra asked, "Why do you trust me?" Ethan wiped his hands. I guess I believe people can change." "You're not the first to make mistakes." Lyra did not know what to say. In her world, no one gave second chances. She decided she would try to work hard, at least for now. As the day went on, Lyra grew tired, but she kept working. She made mistakes, but Ethan did not get angry. He just showed her again. Lyra tried to be clever. She had a small tool in her pocket, just in case she needed it later. She thought Ethan did not see, but he did. At the end of the day, Ethan checked his tools and saw the missing wrench. He turned to Lyra. "Did you take something?" Lyra hesitated, then slowly handed back the tool. "Just in case," she said. She waited for him to get angry, but he only sighed. "You don't have to steal from me, Lyra. If you need something, just ask." Lyra did not answer. She was not sure if he was telling the truth, but she felt a little bad for taking the tool. She put it back in its place. Later that night, as they finished the last repair, something strange happened. A heavy tool fell off the table. Lyra reached to grab it, but it was too fast. Ethan jumped in front of her and pulled her back just as the tool hit the floor. The noise was loud, and the tool left a mark on the floor where Lyra had been standing. Ethan looked at her. "You have to be careful. You could have been hurt." Lyra was surprised. She had never seen anyone worry about her safety before. "Why did you help me?" "Because that's what people do," Ethan said simply. Lyra did not know what to say. She looked at the mark on the floor and then at Ethan. She wondered if maybe, just maybe, she could trust him a little bit more. That night, Lyra sat on her small bed in the workshop. She thought about the day. She had tried her old tricks, but they did not work here. She thought about Ethan's patience and his kindness. She still did not understand him, but she wanted to learn more. Maybe, she thought, she could try to do better tomorrow. Ethan walked across the metal floor of the outpost, tired after another long day. The machines were always breaking down, and he was always fixing them. He just wanted to get back to his small room and maybe read a book. But as he passed the supply room, he heard a noise. It sounded like something falling, then a quick breath. He opened the door slowly. Inside, he saw a small figure moving fast. Someone was in the shadows, digging through the supplies. Ethan turned on the light. The person froze, then turned to look at him. It was not a human girl. Her skin was pale blue and her eyes were large and green. Her dark hair was short and messy. She looked scared, but there was something sharp in her eyes, like she was ready to run or fight. "Who are you?" Ethan asked quietly. He did not want to frighten her more. She did not answer. She just looked at the door, then back at him. In her hand, She was holding a small box of repair chips. Ethan knew who she was. He had heard stories about alien thieves trying to steal from humans. People said they were always playing tricks, always lying. But now that he saw her, she looked more tired than dangerous. Maybe she was just hungry or desperate. He stepped back from the door. "I'm not going to hurt you. You can keep the chips if you really need them, but you can't just take things." The alien girl did not move. She waited, watching him closely. Then, very slowly, she put the box down on the floor. "I do not need it," she said in a quiet voice. Her accent was strange but clear. "I was only looking." Ethan nodded. He could see she was not a fighter. "What's your name?" She hesitated, then answered, "Lyra." "Well, Lyra, stealing is a crime here. People are going to be angry if they find out. But I don't want to call security. How about you come with me instead?" Lyra did not trust him. She stood still, eyes wide. "Where? To my workshop?" Ethan said. "You can help me fix things, maybe work for what you need. It's better than being locked away." Lyra thought about running, but Ethan did not block the door. He was not a big man, but his face was calm and kind. Finally, she nodded as they walked to the workshop. People looked at them. Some whispered. Ethan ignored them. In the workshop, it was quieter. He gave Lyra a seat and poured her some water. "You look tired," he said. "When did you last eat?" Lyra was silent, but then she said, "Yesterday." Ethan gave her a protein bar. She ate quickly, not taking her eyes off him. He did not ask more questions. He just showed her some small tools and a broken panel. "This is a power coupler. If you help me fix it, you can stay here tonight. I'll talk to the others. But no more tricks, okay?" Lyra looked at the tools. She was not sure what to do, but she watched as Ethan showed her how the coupler fit together. He moved slowly so she could follow. She tried to copy him. At first, she made mistakes. The tool slipped in her hand. Ethan smiled and helped her again. She did not understand why he was being nice. Most humans she had met were not like this. The hours passed. Lyra grew tired, but the work kept her hands busy. She liked how the machines fit together, how fixing something felt different from just stealing it. It felt real. Ethan watched her work. He could see she was clever, even if she tried to hide it. He did not ask about her past. He just talked about simple things, machines, stars, and why he liked fixing things. As the night came, Ethan made a small bed in the corner of the workshop. Lyra looked at it, unsure. She was not used to kindness. "You can sleep here," Ethan sighed. "You helped today. That's enough." Lyra sat on the bed. She watched Ethan as he turned off the lights. In the darkness, she whispered, "Thank you." It was hard for her to say. Ethan heard her, but he did not answer. He just let her rest. He knew trust would take time. But maybe, just maybe, things could be different this time. Lyra lay down, still half awake. She listened to the soft hum of machines around her. For the first time in a long time, she felt almost safe. She wondered if she could really trust this human, or if she would need to play more tricks. But tonight, she decided to wait and see.